Hey guys, welcome back to another video. On today's video, I'm going to talk about a whole different topic that I usually don't speak of, but you guys do know that me and Philly are both DJs and we love listening to our music. But the funny thing is, me and Philly both have different tastes of music. So I'm going to tell you guys what my top 5 favorite albums that I always listen to back to back. Like, there's a lot of albums that I'm going to leave out of this, but I'm talking about albums that you can just put in your car, listen from track number 1 to the very end. Even intros, outros, all of that. All these kind of albums right here I'm about to tell you guys are my top 5. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys a few more albums that I did leave out. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, leave anything you want in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button and also the bell button that's located right next to the subscribe button. That's the most important one. Let's start this video. I just said top 5, but there's no order. So I'm gonna give you 5 albums that I personally listen to all the freaking time, and I love listening to these albums when I'm either on a road trip or I know I'm going to be traveling for a long time. These are the albums that I load into my playlist, my iPhone, my whatever you guys want to use. These are the albums that I load in. Number 1. Top album. I know this is my very top album actually. Number 1, everything else is not in an order. I keep literally lying to you guys and telling you guys there's no order, but this is number 1 for me. Right, number 1 for me is 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Trying. I don't look like a person that honestly will listen to this album. I love this album from day 1. Obviously in this album, the Get Rich or Die Trying, he released the In The Club song, which literally blew him up. I don't mind the In The Club. It's not really a good song for me. I don't personally like it. I like Many Men, If I Can't, and songs like that. Back Down, which was the Ja Rule diss. This is literally the era that 50 Cent was beefing with Ja Rule. This album came out at a beautiful time. I love these kind of albums because it's like they're grinding album, like backpack rappers albums. Like, this is the album that made him. And I can listen to this album back and forth all the time. Number 1. Next on the list is one of my favorite rappers, actually probably top 2 favorite rappers for me right now. I know a lot of you guys is a hit and miss and there's a lot of memes about this dude, but for me, it's J. Cole. J. Cole, for me, from the very beginning, his rhyme style was really dope. He was telling a story. I love rappers who tell stories. I love rappers who actually, like, it's inspirational rap. Like, they're showing you where they come from, how they're getting there, and all that kind of stuff. So album number 2 for me is Forest Hill Drive. For sure, I love this album. From day 1 when this got released, a lot of songs on this album was very underrated. I know my favorite songs off this that a lot of people do like is like No Role Models, Wet Dreams, A Tale of Two Cities, GOMD, and there's a few other ones. My favorite song off this album is no doubt about it, Wet Dreams, because it feels like the old school 90s, 2000s sort of beat and has that really nice, cool flow with it. And the film clip sold it for me. After, I love the song first, and then the film clip came out. As you guys know, I love dogs, and this clip is just full of dogs. It's so cool and surreal. Next on the list is, I cannot have this list without this rapper. Probably top 5 rapper for me, Drake. A lot of you guys are gonna be like, whoa, Drake, wow, this and that. I loved all of his albums. Just the recent ones, I really don't like. Like, I fuck with a lot of Drake, his old school stuff. So this album for me is Drake's Take Care. Like, he did all this kind of stuff prior to fame. Like, a lot of people were like, he did this like drive to your ex-girlfriend sort of music. This is what he's been doing for a while now. And I didn't understand why people were like jumping on this meme saying that he was like that type of music you listen to when you're crying or drive home. His music is really like, for me personally, like, it tells a story, it hits a spot for me, it makes me feel a sort of way, and this album did not fail for me. So he's got like turn up music on it, so it's like headlines, Hell Yeah, Fucking Right, one of my favorite turn up songs. And then there's a few other songs in there that gives me like shivers. It makes me feel like look what you've done. For me, that song is like, it hits that feeling for me as my parents, and I can see that, and I can see like the grind, the hustle, and the inspiration from that song. That's like a super dope song for me. And then you go to the next side of the song of like Shot for me. It's got that real mellow sort of feel. Take a shot for me, and then that high like voice. It's so dope. Like this album, back to front, all the time, every day. Won't lie. All these hand gestures. This is the reason why. Okay, this next artist for me, not a rapper, more of a singer. Now become a DJ. This guy's the reason why I grew up and I loved R&B. This is like, oh, this guy is insane. For me, he's one of my greatest R&B singers. Of course, it is my man, Craig David. Like Craig David for me, when he was on the come up, it was sick. He didn't drop anything that was trash. Like for me, Craig David's Born to Do It album killed it. Absolutely killed it. His style, the flow, like he's even a good rapper when he wants to be a rapper. So like everything, every single song. I'm talking about Fill Me In, Rendezvous, Can't Be Messing Around, 7 Days. Oh, let's see, what other songs? Walking Away, Time to Party, Once in a Lifetime, Rewind, the Alpha Dodger remix. Oh my God, this album was fire. I remember like literally, they didn't make a meme. Who created 7 Days? It was literally Craig David. Like this film clip, the whole movement that he was doing, and now being a DJ as well. Like he is great at what he does. He mashes two of the greatest things that he does, puts them together and makes himself a DJ. So he can MC and he can pick really good music. If you guys haven't heard of his TS5 live mixes, they're amazing because like a lot of mixes, people use intros and outros, and as being a DJ, scratch, effects and all that. What he can simply do is sing. And it builds like a whole different side of DJing. Like he can just sing the song and remix it and sing it into another song and drop that song. It's incredible what he can do. Last but not least on this list, let's go. Bringing back to what I said, that I enjoy backpack rappers, those rappers that are on the come up and on the rise. And I remember this kid, he came out and I was like, damn, this is some really dope like beats. Had that real cool swagger when he rapped as well. I'm talking about Mac Miller. Like I loved his previous stuff. All the new stuff I don't listen to. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even bother listening to it anymore. Because after a few albums, I just was like, you know what, I'm not really feeling Mac anymore. But his come up albums were super dope. This is not even an album, this was a mixtape. And I listened to this thing back and forth all the time. Like, I'm talking about kids kicking incredibly dope shit. Like I remember the first music video that he dropped from that was Kool-Aid and Pizza. Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza. That was super dope. And then he's got the Nike on my feet, make my cipher complete. That song was insane. Senior Skip Day was another favorite of this, and also Knock Knock. And he was just really cool. The way he was rapping, he was talking about a story that I could relate to, being young, trying to get on the come up, all that kind of stuff. I love that kind of type of music. So that's why like Mac Miller, J. Cole, even Drake's older stuff, and even Craig David's older stuff, it's like more of a storytelling, 50 Cent as well. All these albums all have that similarity. I like it when they're on the come up and they talk about things that are relevant to people, because a lot of people are grinding and hustling, and this is the way that they stay relevant. A lot of albums that I did miss off this and I always listen to as well. It's really strange. Like I have a really different type of like music liking. Okay, so the first one that didn't make my list but should be on my list is no doubt about it. Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City album was hella dope. Like this is like the definition of a story from A to Z. Like story album, lyrically, he's insane. Next on the list is Drake's Nothing Was the Same. This was sort of like the Take Care album, so that's why I really like this one as well. J. Cole's Born Sinner, another album that I forgot. Really like this album as well. I wouldn't say it was better than Forest Hill Drive, but it was a good competitor, even though it was older. Another R&B album that I really like, really strange, Neo's Because of You. I love that kind of music, like that kind of style. That's why like Neo Because of You reminded me of Craig David's Born to Do It. Lil Wayne's The Carter 3. This is where I'm pretty sure like a Milli drop. That song that he did with Bobby Valentino, Mrs. Officer, that's the song name. All that kind of stuff dropped on that album. I really enjoyed that album. Last but not least on this list, okay, like I couldn't pick an album. I sort of listened to bits and pieces of all this album. There's some of his albums that I do listen to back and forth, but it's not my first come up album. All right, Kanye West. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna stand here and be like, hey, you know what? I love all his new shit. I honestly like 5 songs tops in his last 3 to 4 albums I like. everything else. I'm a real old school Kanye lover, so I love like Late Registration, College Dropout, Graduation, Late Orchestration, and literally the last album of Kanye's that I really enjoyed. And a lot of people was like, it's a hit and miss, but I remember jamming to this song on like a 45-minute to an hour drive back and forth, and I love this album. Is the 808 Heartbreaks. I mean, this is the definition of where hip hop changed. He took autotunes to another level and he sort of made this awesome album out of it. I really enjoyed that album. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoyed this top 5. If you guys want to see another top 5 video of me and Phillies, hit the comment below and just tell us whatever you guys want to see our top 5s are. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, the like button, hit that bell button if you haven't subscribed yet. We release videos every single day. I hope you guys appreciate this. Speak to you guys soon. Peace.